But listen, welcome to Men's Viewpoint. Listen, it's me and my brother Jake Taylor, Dr. Jake Tayler Jacobs in the building. Y'all know me, I'm Blueray, fitness.
See, he can't ever do it. He can't ever do it.
Man, talk about the money, man.
All right, cool. So y'all know what the game is. This is what's called the exchange
This
of
is
value.
I have called this giving this nigga my money for free. Nigga.
every time. Because here's the deal. This is just a game that we do to show you not to chase money. That money's always going to find the person who brings the most value. The sad part about this show is that I'm usually always the one who is leaving with the money.
Boo.
So what does that tell you?
He thinks he brings the most value. He just talks a lot.
Listen. Oh, that may be it.
That's what it is, my brother.
I'm gonna limit.
Now you got a lot of wisdom, though. I get it.
I'm gonna limit my talking. We'll see how it flows.
It's like you know how some people can rap and freestyle off the dome and just you give him a word. I get Jake that he like that with business because while ago on the live they was just throwing him different companies and different things that people were doing to make a living and he was showing them how to monetize it off the top of his head. So
that's for sure.
I'm gonna give my brother. That's why they call you doctor, my brother. I give you that. I'm gonna give you props. But listen, today's show is about ladies, this is Men's Viewpoint. I know some of y'all might get mad at some of the content that's about to get talked about today, but we in here. And you know what, my brother?
What's up with it, bro?
You been elevating my mind and my heart. You know what I mean? And my perspective.
God's the greatest.
You know, because you know I was one of those men. You need to cook, clean, wash. You need to do this. You need to do that. But you know, as your money get better, you know, sometimes you want to buy back your wife's time or your woman's time. Brother, I gotta get.
He's getting them $40 to jump off.
So listen, so I respect that because you know what? I was doing a show this week and I was thinking about when have you ever seen a queen cleaning? Ooh.
I ain't never seen a queen.
But I'm just saying, cause men always want to call their woman, you are my queen.
Facts.
But she still, you know, no shade, nobody working 9 to 5 because there are some corporate jobs, some judges and things of that nature. You know, certain jobs or you know areas that or arenas people are in that you know I think that
like
needed
sanitation.
You know, especially like if I had a woman that was a judge, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
That comes with resources and pull, and
Facts.
you know we're gonna call this person, get this handle taken care of.
Facts.
So I'm not against it, but what I'm saying is your woman. Okay, Proverbs 31. Let's go here.
Yes,
Remember, the Proverbs 31 woman was not a broke woman. Let's get that understood.
Please understand.
She had influence because remember, the Bible says that the men praised that man because of the reputation that his wife had.
Yeah.
So that means that his wife not only had money, but she was in a position of power.
Yep.
But at the same time, she understood her place in the relationship or the marriage to be able to submit and humble herself and cooperate.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men have an issue with cooperating.
Yeah.
So she know how to cooperate with her man and, you know, not understanding not to usurp authority over her man. So I never seen a queen cleaner. I never seen a queen cooking. And you helped me change my mindset on that. So if I can buy back my woman's time or buy back my wife's time when I get married again, then I'm going to do that, my brother.
Yeah, and I think that, like say for an example, right? Your wife can own a sanitation business, right? But if she comes home to your house, she needs somebody to do sanitation and cleaning for her.
Facts.
Right?
I agree with that.
And that was to your point for people that say, well, because you know there are some women that like our home manager, and our property manager, Jackie, she does like all the stuff in the house. She does the cook. I mean, she does the cleaning. She does the errands. She gets the mail from my wife. She watches our son when my wife needs to, you know, whatever. But she's a part of the family
For sure.
And what I tell Jackie is, you need to take this money, and you need to hire somebody that can come and clean
for your
house, right? Because if this is your work and how you make the money, you don't need to go home and
Bro,
do the same thing.
You the GOAT, bro.
Right?
I got it. Yeah.
And so, like, if you are a chef, you need somebody to come and chef and cook for you. Right? Because how you make the money in trade, you don't have to be subjugated or enslaved to that same thing. Like people say, man, shoot, my wife cook. That's what she do. So she come home, she cook. If she cooked all day at work to make money, because you haven't yet made enough money to give her choices not to have to work every day.
Okay.
When she comes home, y'all need to figure out a way to budget in that somebody comes and cooks for her.
So Jake, let me ask you this. A lot of people have issues with sex in their relationships.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times that, let's take a man that's been working out, and we're going to get to the high value man in a minute, but let's just deal with some perspective, some things, some real situations people deal with. So some people, you got the mother working a 9 to 5, you got the man working a 9 to 5, and we understand complacency is the inevitable in relationships at times. So if there's a complacency factor and then they start lacking sex in the relationship, how do you feel that'll hinder that relationship or affect that relationship?
It's going to affect it tremendously because, for one, whether a man wants to tell you or not, he gonna come in the game and be like, yo, baby, you know what I mean? It's not about sex. Because for a high-value man, off jump, it's not. Because he thinking like, shoot, am I going to waste my time with this chick right here, whatever, or am I going to be building, my business or working on my stuff or whatever the case is? So that high-value man may come to you, he may step to you, and it may not seem as though that's important to him, but it is, because that is a part of what makes us men. In most cases, unless you're having sex a lot, most men don't get a sore from having sex.
Yeah,
women do. Right. So if your man is blessed and he got a little whoop wop on him, you gonna be sore. It is what it is. So if it takes you 1 or 2 weeks to get your calibration back together, every time y'all have sex one time, it's going to eventually lead to resentment for him because he's not gonna feel like he's wanted.
But I'm saying from the aspect of not being too tired to have sex, because we've both been at work all day.
Yeah, like that stuff gotta go. Like that's one of the biggest things. Y'all know I'm transparent on.
But I'm saying I believe that affects a lot of relationships.
Every relationship. I feel like resentment creeps in, and people stay together just because of all the assets that they've created together. Like children is an asset. If you invest in them enough. If not, your children will be a liability and always in your pockets. But your children are assets, your property are assets. And so when you got all this stuff entangled and tied together, then, people just get complacent. And that's why you see marriages be like, yeah, we've been married 60 years, but they not in love with each other no more. Like, they damn near roommates.
So they haven't had a purpose-driven life.
Nah.
Because I remember when you was talking about, me and you was having a conversation, and you was like just cook, clean, and wash, and like, bro, that's not a purpose-fulfilled life for your wife just to serve you, cook for you, clean for you.
Yeah,
you know
because
what I mean?
if serving you only attributes to her cooking, cleaning, and picking up after your ass, then you ain't got no big purpose anyway.
Facts.
I don't need my wife focusing on cooking and cleaning. I don't even like cooking and cleaning.
That way.
So I don't care if my wife cooks and clean. Like that is money that we can make to invest into some other black-owned business to keep that money flowing back into the to the culture. But I want my wife focusing on what's important to me. I want her focusing on what's important to us, what's important to what she feel like her gift is, so that she can continue to progress and move forward. Here's what happens all the time. Woman cook, clean, she do everything. She the housewoman, right? Then you start looking at your wife like the maid that you have sex with. She your chef and maid that you have sex with, and then you get mad and question why y'all on two different pages. 10 years in the game, you didn't build your business, grew every day. If a man or a woman grows 1% every day, they get 365% better.
Exactly.
Every year. That's the best return in the world.
And so I'm assuming you're saying that, so if the man is continuing to elevate because the woman is supporting the man, the woman still is not elevating. And that's why a lot of women get left behind.
Facts. Like you got to imagine, like the goal of somebody cleaning a facility is not always to be cleaning a facility. It's for them to grow and groom to then start hiring people to what? Clean a facility.
It's true.
And then what do? Then you oversee the person who hires the person that cleans the facility. You work your way up the ladder. But your wife ain't got no up the ladder.
Wow.
She literally has one job. My bad. For 40 years. One job.
That is depressing.
Bro, and we wonder why they be getting bitter and mad and all of that. Because so we go back to how to serve a high value man, but men gotta understand how to be high valued.
Okay, talk to us.
And because we don't have a lot of women that know how to take care of a high value man, we gotta understand what society has been asking of women thus far. So we don't even know how to. Women don't even know. You gotta imagine being in slavery, right?
Okay.
You've been talked under and talked over for all of your generations and family's life. Your first way to get freedom is through what? Brute force.
Okay.
Anger, frustration, like I gotta be free. You gonna see me, right?
Yeah.
After you're finally free, eventually all that anger and all that stuff begins to subside, and you begin to start getting what? Indoctrinated back into society. The problem that we have is that women haven't even been put into positions of authority long enough. So what are they doing? Right now, they're in a space of independency. They're in a space of this because what? The other alternative to not being independent is to go back in the house and be cooking, cleaning, being that person's a sex doll. So if I was a woman too, I would be like, man, listen, bro. I'm not doing all of that, bro. Because it's more to life. That's what every woman that's a housewife, they agree to become a housewife and support their man in that capacity. They always become resentful because they start saying there's more to life. And that man say, well, this is what we agreed on. Take this or leave this. So you look at the situation, and he getting the same situation over and over again because he's just looking for somebody. Man, if that's what you want, just hire you a woman chef, hire you a woman cook and cleaner, and then hire you somebody that you gonna have sex with regularly that look good. If that's what you want.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about partnership and building something as a high value man, you still have to have the ability to help groom, build, support, and invest, and to help create a high value woman that can be able to support that.
Bro, now I'm an avid watcher of Kevin Samuels. I actually like Kevin Samuels. But bro, I've never heard him say that. Like, no shade to Kevin Samuels. I'm a supporter of Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
But he talks about being a high-value man, and he talks about how these women have to build up. But he never talks about how the man as a were you talking about in a relationship context or a marriage context?
Both.
So if a high-value man say, hey, I want this particular individual to be my wife, girlfriend, fiance, whatever the situation is, you need to be able to invest in her to groom her or build her up to be a high-value woman.
And that's one of the things I was struggling in my marriage. I was struggling with my wife not seeing the value that I brought, and I've even talked about it on the show, but as I continue to get better and I go to counseling and I begin to process what have I actually invested into the space to allow my wife to be able to grow and develop to be able to support a high-value man, I haven't done a good job at doing that.
So a lot of men that are sitting around complaining, they need to first ask themselves, how have I invested in the woman?
Bro, because black women have invested in us. You got to imagine, bro. Like the whole goal was not for, you got to understand, it was the white man.
Okay.
It was the white woman. Mm-hmm. It was the black man. Then it was the black woman. The black woman was at the lowest pole of the spectrum of respect as far as like rights being given.
Of course.
The only reason that the feminist movement happened was because of there's a lot of conspiracy stuff, but the whole thing with that was white women knew that they needed an ally that can help them overcome that white man's position so they can be able to have some type of sense of power and control.
Exactly.
So in the position of the black man, what happened was we stood on the backs of black women to get our rights, to speak up for us so we can get into these places. Why? Because women weren't getting jobs. Women weren't getting opportunities.
Yeah.
Women wasn't opening up businesses. It wasn't allowed. It wasn't looked at as a good thing because of societal standards. But it was easier for a black man to get integrated or to be able to build a bridge to building wealth for their families before it was a white woman. A black woman.
Gotcha.
So if the black man went first, we always talk about ancestral traumas. If the black man went first, of course the black woman is still going to be in a position like what's going on. So
exactly.
What does the black woman do?
I need direction.
You stood on the back of me. I put you, I'm the one. Think about every relationship you done been in with a solid black chick.
Yeah.
They always go first. I'm a debate. Boom. I'm a woo-woo. Eventually, you're going to start looking around and be like, I ain't finna keep getting stepped on. So I'm going to be a mad black woman.
Fact.
I'm going after everybody. Right?
Fact.
And so when we look at it, let's look at it as a black man, just period. No personal stuff. When I look back at stuff, I say, man, I'm looking at these opportunities, and I'm looking at where I am, and I have the audacity to say whatever, you know, or feel however I feel about my wife. And then when I look at it, I say, man, I told my wife what to do, but I ain't invested money, time, and energy into my wife. Like, my wife just left the job. Yeah. She just got confident enough to leave the job, and she didn't even leave the job. They fired her. So she had to be forced to do it. I didn't think about the trauma of, like, being fired because of shortage. I didn't think about the investing and all of that. Like, those are things that we got to think about. So as a black man, we talk about being big God energy. We talk about being a king. What a big king and a big God
to him,
would
Jay.
do.
Come on.
You'll go back and go get that woman that you know can help you be able to take over this world and take over your kingdom.
Okay.
And you're going to pour and you're going to invest and you're going to do it because every black man know a black woman would do that in a heartbeat. You ain't got no money.
That's a
you
fact.
Can pick up the phone and don't even you ain't calling your partner.
Yeah.
You calling your best friend who a chick. You calling somebody that you done wrong and you out on your butt.
On God.
And you know no matter how mad she is at you,
or how bitter she is,
and she gonna come.
She gonna come through.
And come through.
Facts.
You can trust a black woman to do that before you can trust a black man.
That's 100% fact,
so,
my brother.
If we talking about high value men. If you so high value, you should have the ability to pour into that black woman.
Ooh, well,
build her up.
Bro, that's heat right there. So what do you have to say for the people? And you know you're gonna have this thing, and I think this is just only comes from hurt men, in my opinion, that say that building a woman up is simping. Because you know they're gonna say it.
What do you think about that?
What I just you know, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Like, I just gotta keep it 100, man. Like, you put things in perspective because at the end of the day, it's all about unity and it's all about family. Yeah. If we're gonna talk about building our communities and really, really elevating together, we cannot build a community without the black woman. Fact. Period. You see what I'm saying? So if we're gonna continue to degrade them and keep talking down on them, and then you're not gonna put them in a position to win. Yep. Or even give us the ideology that you know what that they're valuable, then guess what? They're gonna keep getting stomped over because us black men, us being left to ourselves, man, we'll destroy everything,
bro.
We'll destroy everything,
bro. I mean, let's keep it a buck, bro.
Keep it real. That's what we're doing.
When you single, most black men are unstable, inconsistent, house dirty. Shoot, you be on the game 2 days in a row and ain't showered.
Ain't took a shower,
and chilling.
Yeah, straight up.
But if you want security, you want safety, you want a place where it feels like a home, you can go to a black woman house that live in the hood, and that house feel like a mansion.
Yeah.
That woman brings security, bro.
Yeah.
And so if you talk about simping, if that's the case, if you talking about black men be simping by building up they woman, well, black women were the first simps then. Because a lot of black men ain't nothing but hobosexuals.
Ooh.
You in love with whoever can give you a house, a place, a bed, and some vagina.
Ooh, so women are the biggest
And after you use that up, and you use up her resources,
then you move on to somebody else.
You went to another level.
Facts.
Then you go to somebody else that's on that level. You use that. You use that up. Then you go to the next level. Then you find a woman that you can't use up. And then now you either broken hearted or now she got you by the balls because you ain't know, you know what I mean?
Bro, let's keep it 100. It's a lot of men out here living on women, bro. I mean, a lot of
high value men.
Listen, I know some men, I don't even want to put them on blast. I know some men that you look on their Facebook and their Instagram, you think they own, but really it's the woman that got all the money. It's the woman who roofed that's name on the deed of the house. It's the woman that's doing everything. But them niggas be flexing like they really own it, like they really doing something. I know the truth, but
putting money in their pocket. The women be putting money in their pockets, taking care of their children,
driving the women cars and everything,
bro. So it go back to we all have been at fault at that. Like, I know I didn't put some game. I knew I needed some food, some oodles and noodles. I knew she wanted to talk on the phone for about 5-10 minutes. You talk on the phone, you love on her, whatever. You get your oodles and noodles, then you get you some poodles and goodles, you know what I mean? And then you leave her, and then you go off. You good.
Straight up.
So she simped. She done poured into you. She gave you what you needed to get you through, give you confidence for the day. Yeah. She gassed you up, baby. You look good. Baby, you doing boom, boom, boom. There's more women that will be willing to invest in helping a man's image before a man will be willing to do that in a woman.
That's true.
So what do women do? They became the men.
Bro, I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. I was messing with this chick one time, and I don't even want to say her name.
Don't do it.
Okay, so it's so one day, it's when I used to dress like Lil Wayne. Big T-shirt, big jeans, big shorts. I used to dress like that. We had the Reeboks Bowl era.
Yeah.
So then she was like, man, I want to dress you. I'm like, what? I've never had a woman initiate that. Yeah. She was like, let's go to Neiman's. I'm like, let's go to Neiman's for ain't nothing there I can wear.
Yeah.
Man, say, bro, it's when the little rock star movement was popping space. You know what I'm saying? With the rock,
but
with the little chain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When that movement was going on, so I she got me a little chain and got me some Monarch jeans and got me the little fitted shirt. That's when everybody wanted like the little rock star stuff with the little crosses and everything printed on the shirt. Yes, go ahead, all that. So I was like, okay. So I'm straight in the hood, D-boy. I come to the hood like this. I'm different. You know what I mean? But I said, nah, I like this. I like being different. So I'm in the trap like that. I started shopping. Everything I get was fitted. Yeah. Then I started working out. That didn't make it no better.
Could tell you nothing.
You can tell
you be dripped up. But watch this. I'm glad that you mentioned that. How many times do you think a woman looks at a man and says, "Oh, I want to do that for him. I want to help him get here. She sees who you can be."
Women are innately helpmeets.
All right, so watch this. How many times does a man look at a woman and say, I see where you at. I see your potential. Let me invest time, energy, money, resources, and love into you to get you to where I want you to be.
So, but hold on, Jay. I get you. I get that. But do you think that a lot of men, because of their choices and their hurt and the things that they experienced? Because let me say this, fellas.
Like what?
No. See, let me go and point the finger at them.
All right.
I'm pointing the finger because men, y'all gotta understand. A lot of y'all heartbreak is because of the women that y'all choose the thoughts. Y'all choose the women. If you look on her social media, she's taking the bathroom pics. You already know. I don't deal with no woman that's taking a picture and the picture is focused on her gluteus max. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So a lot of men have been hurt by women that they choose, and then when they meet a woman that they has the potential to build up, that they treat that woman like trash because of their past pain that they hadn't dealt with.
All right, so let's just deal with that. Like, how many men actually?
You supposed to pass the money after that.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was
good. How many men have actually been hurt by a woman though? Stop it, bro. Stop the cap. Yeah.
No, Jake. No.
How many men?
Some have.
Hurt?
Some have.
But how? Like I'm
some
telling
have.
you.
Hold on. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one experience though.
Okay.
And I wasn't in a relationship with this woman, but we were moving towards dating. Okay. And my motive was to be in a relationship. Now I was 18, so don't be funny.
Okay.
Don't.
I ain't saying nothing. Bro.
Don't blame it on the age. But I was celibate at the time because I was in ministry or whatever, etc. But she ended up getting pregnant. I know I hadn't even touched her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro, that hurt me. Yeah. Now, we wasn't in a monogamous relationship because we never got there, but my intention and all my energy was toward being in a relationship. Go ahead, my brother.
How many more women have been in the same situation and dudes
10 times.
Okay.
10 times. I'm not going to lie.
Bro, when we single,
Jay,
every dude got 3 to 4 women on rotation.
Dr. Jacobs, but what I'm saying is that you know us. I don't know why we built like this, but a woman has one opportunity to mess us up, and we'll go 3, 4, 5 years on a revenge tour.
Well, that's only because of how childish. listen.
For real.
That shows our immaturity and childishness. And inability to accept accountability. Because if that happened to a woman, you'll be quick to say, baby, that ain't me. But if a woman be like, that ain't me, nah, it's just my, and you just keeping it up because what do? We pout, bro. This is why women naturally are better helpmeets than men. Because most men have bigger egos and pride than women. Women develop that as a survival mechanism from how men treat them.
That's 100% facts. That's 100% facts.
So in that case, like I have never had a woman, do anything to me that I didn't first see the red signs, see the red flags, and I end up getting my feelings hurt only because of how it was done that people knew, or I felt like I got played. But the truth be told, like it was what it was. I went after her. Everybody was after her. She already knew she was showing her body. She was using whatever. And I made the play knowing what type of water I was getting into.
Exactly.
So you can't be upset with getting bit by a shark if you swimming with sharks.
Facts. No, that's 100%.
Dolphin,
I agree.
You better goddamn get you some flippers and go flip with dolphins.
Nah, you better go to SeaWorld.
Yeah,
where it's controlled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but even still, they may snap. Okay, so even with that, you gotta understand, like you gotta understand you to know the type of field. There's always been madams and there's always been whorehouses. There's always been since the beginning of time. There's always been women that played on that. But if I look at a woman and I see the value that she brings, I've seen you transform women that bodies was bad, whatever, go through trap fitness and come out looking like, right?
For sure.
A man, who you think that woman would love more? A man that helped her transform, or a man that came in when she was showing butt pictures and whatever.
The man helped her transform.
Bro, it's simple math. The person who invests the most resources into me that can help change my life, the more loyalty and indebtedness I have. This is why you see them women that used to be big or used to look whatever. They man poured into them, took care of them, did whatever. Then they end up being bad. They on Instagram, whatever. And you look at their husband, all of us be like, what?
How they end up with them?
How?
Exactly.
Well, he over there.
But they don't understand the backstory.
He over there chilling. You mad in her DM like, baby, I can. And she like, no, you can't. Because you would have never invested in me and been with me when I was broke, busted, ugly, and disgusted.
Facts.
You would never been with me.
Talk to him.
And so what we got to understand, it goes right back to accountability. Yeah, we could talk about high-value men, and now we living in this female-woman world. But if I'm going to be a high-value man, I'm going to take the responsibility. Why? Because if I'm going to be the head of the house, I'm going to be the head of the kingdom. At the end of the day, anything that go wrong on my watch is my responsibility as the man, as a king of my ship and my kingdom that I rock with.
Because every time you had a king, he always took care of the queen.
Bro, no matter what. Bro, if you look at history, queens used to go off the mark. And the king would have to be like, hey, let me go and handle this. Like, that's on me. Take that. Don't take that up with me.
Yeah. You couldn't even address the queen.
Facts, bro. But now today the roles have changed. Women are like that, and men just want to put all the responsibility on everybody else other than themselves.
So let me ask you a question real quick before we get out of here. So I believe that, and correct me if you have a difference of opinion, but I believe that if a woman doesn't bring value to a man, that he will cheat or he'll lose interest.
Like what type of value?
I just believe that she needs to bring some type of value to the man. I can't specify. I think it's different from each man. But we're talking about how to love a high value man. So based on your opinion as a high value man, if we're talking about outside the cooking and cleaning aspect, because we're taking it off the woman's plate, how does a woman bring value to her man that's basically bringing her up and making her high value?
Okay, so first of all, we have to identify what high value is, because I don't think that the brother that we cut for on social media explains it.
Okay, explain it.
You're not high value until you've proven that you're high value. A lot of men like to associate themselves as high value
just because of the money
that are on the road.
Okay.
Like, I'm on the way to the NBA. You ain't in the NBA, though.
Facts.
So I'm on a journey to the NBA. I'm a pro basketball player. I'm a collegiate athlete. I'm on the way to the NBA. But it's not until I proven myself and got drafted, made that money, got into the team, got into the league, that I can even consider myself an NBA player. And even still, there are levels to that game.
True.
Right?
You're right.
So there's a lot of people that's saying, well, I'm a high value man. Yeah, you making whatever money you making, whatever, or you're on the journey to. You cannot identify yourself as no high value man, bro. Because first of all, a high value man is somebody that is bringing some type of influence or added value to society, period and point blank. So money alone doesn't make you a high value man. I know a lot of dope boys that make more money than these people out here that's flexing online. True. And they don't ever want to be seen.
True.
And so when it comes to that, we got to understand that high value, first and foremost, we talk about high value. That means you're bringing high value to the marketplace, high value to your industry, high value in the relationships, high value to God's mission for your life, high value when it comes to impact in society. It ain't too many high valued men out here. So there's a lot of perpetrating people that's capping, and these women are claiming that they high value man because they looking at what they seeing. Yeah, I deserve a high value man. But when it comes to high value, now that we identify what that is, there's a difference. The journey that you're on to becoming a high value man versus when you're as a high value man, what you need, it evolves. This is why if you're dating or you're getting married or you're married to somebody while you're on the journey to become a high value man, she has to be progressively moving forward with you, or you got to take some time to invest in her to move forward with you, because what you need at every stage is different,
It's
bro.
different. So
What I need now is different than what I
Okay,
needed
so
back
what
then.
if you get someone that's stagnant in their elevating while you're trying to help that individual grow, and you're the husband and you're trying to help them elevate and move forward and grow, but they're stagnant and complacent and they like where they are in life and they're not even trying.
Yo, so in that case, you got to go back to Exodus 18. God said to find people who are qualified. Qualified is not willing. Just because they're willing to be in a relationship with you doesn't mean they're qualified to grow with you. Because I can be willing, if you got $40, I ain't got no money, you got a nice job, you got this, I'm willing to get in a relationship with you. But I'm not capable of accepting your growth.
Ooh.
So you gotta find somebody, who's more than just willing,
Okay.
but they're capable of growth and they're yearning for growth. They're looking for that stuff obsolete of you.
God.
They're already on the journey. So I'm meeting somebody that's already on the journey with me. So when I meet them, I'm like, oh shit, I can identify with that. Oh, okay, I cannot. And then you find they're already on the journey. So because somebody got to be 100%, and you got to be 100% to have a 100% relationship. You can't come 50-50 and think that 50-50 make a whole. You got to be 100% qualified. You 100% qualified because there's a certain language that comes with somebody who wants to consistently get better.
So listen, I'm gonna say this, man, and we're gonna end the show today. We're gonna do a part 2 next week, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Great question.
Because Dr. Tayler Jacobs said something that just messed me up, and I'm lost, and he gotta clear this up. He said that you can be in a relationship with somebody, they can be willing, but not capable. Mm-hmm. Bro, we gotta dive deep into that, man. We gotta really dissect that. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna look at some things and do some research, and I want you to, bro. I'm gonna have some questions for that because you said willing and capable, bro. That's a little heavy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So hopefully next week we can talk about that. Willing and capable. Willing and capable of what though?
Willing and capable of developing, growing, and changing. Because some people, like, for an example, I'm willing to move a car if it's on somebody, like if it's stuck on somebody, but am I capable? No. Only way I can be capable to move a car that is stuck, that somebody is stuck with, is if I've been already previously training, building up to that moment.
Okay.
So when I'm finding somebody who's willing versus somebody who's capable, I'm looking at somebody and saying, what have you progressively done to move forward to this day? You may be here and be like, I'm willing to get better. But if I don't already,
but you don't have no tangible evidence.
Where is we get in relationships with no evidence? Where is the proof?
Okay. Yeah. This is Men's Viewpoint. Dr. Tayler Jacobs, Traylon Curry. We'll see y'all next week. God bless you. All right, dog. We got it. Bro, that's heavy right there, bro. That willing.